Oh, hi. Oh, welcome to my studio. I'm Tony Green, and this is my studio in the ghetto in Venice, Italy. And this year, September 2021, I'm renting out this space again to exhibit all my lockdown paintings. Paintings I've done in the last year and a half. During the lockdown, it gave me a lot of time to paint, but it also gave me a lot of time to think about, what's really going on. What's the purpose of the lockdown? Is it really about a virus? Is it really about a virus, or is it about something else? And I started to, once you dispense with the fear and you dispense with the ignorance and you start educating yourself, what happens is that you become someone that works from logic. And when you start using logic in this pandemic, the whole narrative collapses because none of it makes any sense. And you realize it's not about people's health. It's not about the well-being of your country. In fact, it's just the opposite. It's about the destruction of your country. It's about the destruction of humanity. And it's about the destruction of the economy. And it's about to make us all completely under full spectrum dominance by the corporations that are run by certain bloodlines. So what I did a series of 3 paintings which speak of the 3 major corporations, satanic corporations, that control our economy, our military, our media, even the religion, everything. So, the first corporation is the City of London. The City of London. Now, not the actual sprawl of London, but the City of London, also known as the Square Mile, located right smack dab in the center of the sprawling metropolis. And that's where all the banking cartels are located. And St. George is very significant for the English. And what I have here, I have St. George and the dragon being the vampires, the reptiles, the bloodlines, satanic bloodlines that control humanity and have been causing so much misery for thousands of years. So, in order to reach the human renaissance, we have to decapitate the head of this snake or this dragon. So that's why I'm doing this series of paintings. In this particular case, it's St. George slaying the dragon, which represents the City of London, which is a square mile. The second one is a place I'm very familiar with, and it's a place called Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is another square mile, a square mile, just like the City of London. It has its own mayor, it has its own flag, and it is another satanic center. If you look at the architecture there, it's complete Illuminati architecture with all the domes and the temples and the obelisks. And there's nothing Christian at all about Washington, D.C. So what we have here, we have Archangel Michael, which is the biggest badass angel of them all. That's the one you want to pray to if you're going to pick an angel. He's the guy. And he's draining the swamp. And there they are. Okay? And the sword, in my humble opinion, is us, the people. Okay? Because Archangel Michael, he can't do anything without the sword, and the sword is the people. And the people have to wake up, the people have to take action, the people have to say no to these demons. And it's happening. This conversation we're having right now, billions of people around the world are having this conversation because the wake up is happening. But you wake up first, then you take action, because knowledge without action, nothing happens. And the third one of the trilogy is, of course, the third Satanic corporation is Vatican City. Yay, Vatican City, which is another square mile of sorts, has its own flag, has its own mayor, has the same Illuminati symbol architecture that you find in Washington, D.C., and you find also in London. And I'm just putting out a few breadcrumbs here. If you want to go and go through the door and do the research and find out what all this, the connection between these three things, you will begin to be part of the solution and not a victim. So there we go. And this is Archangel Michael again. This time he's got the spear, but that's us, the spear. Who's going to be the tip of the spear? Those are the people that make a difference, okay? The tip of the spear, the ones that are, knowledgeable. As a pastor once told me, God's not interested in your ability. God is interested in your availability. Thank you.